The zodiac astrology has been replaced by us as a community slash family. We no longer, well, I'm not gonna say no longer. We use it, but it's not for personal or family use. It's more of a civil use. You know, we know it, we all comprehend it, but we see something that fits even more in alignment than the zodiacs, which are the Orishas. And there's a new map that's been discovered by the great Baba Yashaba and his surroundings. And we're grateful to be included in this journey.
That's it.
Shape. So we moving away from the solar calendar, which is time about the sun, which so as far as the solar calendar goes, the sun is in the forefront. We count the calendar by days and night and effect of the sun. So therefore the sun is the ruler. It is the control of the day and night which controls the solar calendar. When the sun arrives, it's day. When the sun leaves, it's night. Therefore the sun holds the key to darkness and light. Or day and night, sorry. But with the lunar calendar, yes, you all guessed it, we're using the moon to count the cycles, aka the days, the months, and the years, and the seasons. The sun kind of becomes secondary. You know, we still call it day, still call it night. Sunrise, sunset, moonrise, moonset. The moon is just getting more attention. The most attention from the lunar calendar. Every new moon starts a new month.
Hence the word month.
The word month comes from the word moon.
Okay.
Moon month. So yeah, every new moon starts the month. Every full moon is the middle of the month. And the new moon also not only counts the new month, it also counts the end of the old month. So it's the beginning and the end. The new moon is the alpha and the omega when it comes to the month. It is the last and the first. It denotes the last and denotes the first at the same time. What a hell of a duo. 2 for 1 special. The lunar moon. See, the way that now this is the good part. This is where it gets real juicy. In order for us to keep up with the days, the cycles, each time the moon rotates above us, that is one, you know. You count those as days all the way from new moon to new moon. New moon, full moon, new moon. New moon, new month. Full moon, middle of the month. New moon, end of the month, new month. Remember the 2 for 1? So, to make it more clear, we will draw each not only phase of the moon, but each cycle, each time the moon rotates above us, that is one day. And a picture will be there on that day to signify and to correlate, you know, make sure the days match up to the picture outside. So instead of a number, we'll have a picture. You know, we'll count it by the picture all the way up to full moon, which should be around about 14 days. So we should have about 14 pictures. And then all the way from the full moon back to the new moon, it's the cycle repeated, except backwards. from a full moon to a new moon. And again, we'll have a picture. It should be about 14 to 15 days. And from my knowledge, each year consists of 13 moons, 13 months, 13 new moons, 13 full moons, 13 zodiacs, 13 orishas. And these will start at the new moon. Well, they should start at the new moon, to have a more accurate reading and a more accurate calendar. Yes, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful journey. It's brand new. It's amazing. It matches up with the natural system of this world. It is grand. It is beautiful to watch the star systems, to watch them rotate above us each and every night. We can see them. And that's what they used to do in the ancient days. They used the stars as navigations and to tell time, to keep up with the seasons, because each season we got a different set of stars above our head. If you watch the sky, notice the sky each night, each season, the nights, it gradually changed. So next thing you know, is a whole different constellation over you at the nighttime. Wintertime, you got Orion up there, and it changes. Like right now, it's spring, and we have things like Leo is in the sky during the springtime, at the nighttime. We got Hydra, the snake. We got the Big Dipper, Ursa Major, Cancer. Got Corona coming up a little later around 10, 11 o'clock. Corona Borealis. Yes, Corona is a constellation. Corona means crown. Because you got to realize calendars are very much important. Yeah, they are. Especially when it comes to holidays. Are we going to keep the same holidays? Of course not, because we know that these are pagan holidays. And we realized just this past winter and spring, wintertime, we have Christmas, and it's actually right before wintertime. It's right at the winter equinox when winter begins, and Christmas is. But we didn't even have the spirit of giving around that time. Just about a month ago, we was just giving just because that was the energy that was around us, and that was just, we just felt the spirit of giving, and we was just giving. So therefore I feel like the end of winter and the coming of spring is the time of giving. It's the time of giving and the time of planting seeds, because when you're planting seeds, you want to give, in order to receive. You give to receive. You don't do it on purpose. I'm gonna get this or that. No, it should be genuine. It's a natural thing, and we felt that energy around that time. Like it was potent. Like we wanted to give. And those are the things that we have to pay attention to when it comes to holidays and things of that nature. We have to be one with the universe and nature and feel it, because the things are changing. The sun, sometimes the sun is close to us, sometimes the sun is far away from us, sometimes the moon is close to us, sometimes the moon is far away from us, and we have different constellations at different times above our head. And we all know that these bodies, these celestial bodies, celestial lights, hold energy, and they shoot energy to the earth. Yeah, they're putting off energy. That the light holds energy itself. So we're getting all these different energies in these different times, and they're repeating themselves and calling it a year. It's repeating and repeating. So we have to get a hold of it and stop listening to, mainstream things that always had us out of whack. We got to get off of that, and we got to come to our senses and embrace the things that are around us and start to recognize. See, they really trying to hide the moon. You know, see, they try to make the moon less of what it is. They don't see the moon is so small. They make it so small, little rock. Yeah, they take away from the moon. The moon is, whew. The way I see it, the moon was probably created before the sun. You like that, don't you? Yeah, you like that, don't you? Yeah, they, and that's why this lunar calendar is so important. See, they don't want you to know that the sun and the moon is the same size. They don't want you to know that the moon is on light, that the sun does not affect the moon. That's why you can see them both out at the same time. Come on now, let's get on some moon talk. Let's really talk about the moon. Nobody, nobody gives the moon the credit that it deserves, because the moon represents the woman, and the woman doesn't get the credit she deserves. It's hand in hand. The man is the ruler of the earth at this time, and the woman is in the background. As above, so below. They treat the sun and the moon the same way they treat us on earth. The sun is a masculine energy. The moon is a feminine energy. You see, they call the male child, a son, and what they call a daughter. Instead of calling her a moon, which she is, you have suns and moons. That's the way it should be. It's only right. You gotta, what I'm saying, you gotta balance these things out. We gotta balance life out much, much more. That's why we have to start focusing on the moon and giving the moon its reverence like we get a sun. They say if the sun goes out or whatever, let's say we lose the sun, we'll die. Don't you know if we lose the moon, we'll die? It's just as important as the sun is. The sun is a hot light, the moon is a cold light. And that's just what it is. And that's just what it is. You can measure the temperature of the moon, just like you can measure the temperature of the sun. If you got the shade, if you can measure the shade of the sun and then measure the sunlight next to that shade, you'll get a cooler temperature in the shade. And if you repeat that process with the moon, you get a warmer shade. Laser thermometer. Yes, sir. But this all goes back to the lunar calendar, and I like to always take it back to the cosmology, because that's what it's about. We're talking about a lunar calendar, and lunar is about the moon. And if we're talking about the sky, the celestial body, we have to know what it is. And if we thinking that if we thinking that it's a globe, if it's in outer space as opposed to being directly above us, spinning above us, the wheel, the clock. The reason the zodiac is a wheel is because it's a wheel, is above us is a wheel. It's not off into outer space. It would be changing. It wouldn't be the same over the years and the months. It wouldn't be the same. It'd be changing. It'll never be the same. It'll never be the same. But yeah, that's why these things go hand in hand, cosmology and the calendar, because the calendar comes from our cosmology, comes from the sky. As above, so below. We dancing together. We dancing down here, and they dancing up there. It's probably as many stars in the sky as it is people on Earth. As above, so below. They don't say it for nothing. Yep, it's a balance. Everything in life is a balance. You got a right arm, you got a left arm. You got hot water, cold water. You got up, you got down. Everything has its balance. You know? And we got that too. Everything in the universe has it. We are the universe. We are the center of the universe. The earth stands still. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this calendar because it's gonna open up so many avenues. It's gonna open up so many avenues and things are just gonna start happening. It's all in alignment. Times are changing. This is in time. This is the time of enlightenment. This is the golden age. You know, rise, rise. Yes, it's time.